little combo video here we have of Ryan Levine is with me, going to be showing you some of the combos that you guys came up with for YCS Atlanta at the 3v3, but decided not to play some of them, but they're still kind of viable regardless.
Yeah.
Right, for our first replay, we'll just get into this. So this is Burster Solar.
Solar Weapon Burster. So this is just the one that we did.
If you need me to pause at any point, just say. So I'll just play through it.
Yeah, so this is just like what we did when we drew this. If we drew this more, we would be YCS champions, but we, whatever. So this is like, this is what I used to, or what you used to do with this before the Guard Dragons is just Solar Wyvern Burster was just 4 monsters. You make Saryuja, and then you search Hawk and the Black Dragon. But with the Guard Dragons, you can do so much better stuff because Wyvern Burster can be an actual monster. So you do Reproducus and then Summon Sork. This is how all of these variations will start. It will always be like all the different variations of Solar Wyvern Burster will generally be like this. So you just Summon Sork out the extra dragons, and then you're gonna do like the Guard Dragon stuff. But so this is like pretty standard, except the rank 8 we make at the end is gonna be a little different.
Cool. Sorry, for 2 materials here.
So you make so you just do Saryuja for 2 because it's a dragon, and it has good arrows that point to your Guard Dragons. And so this is only showing Solar Wyvern Burster. Usually, if you have literally anything else, if you have any other Thunder card, if you have any other way to get to a level 8 monster, then you will do more than this. So this combo with just Solar Wyvern Burster is you rip a card from your opponent's hand, and on a rank 8 and a Colossus, and an Agripaned dragon from your extra deck. In this case, we choose Hot Red instead of Crystal Wing because the rank 8 we make is really good if we can negate spells, which I'm just going to get to it in a second. I think this has become more popular now, but most people that we played against didn't know about this, or like didn't know about this rank 8. So you get back Diablos when you make Colossus, then you summon Levianeer. So keep in mind, we've searched all these cards. Saryuja has not drawn cards. We have never made a Saryuja for 4. This is all a guaranteed combo. So you're not relying on being lucky and drawing off of Saryuja. So you make Dark Matter, and then Dark Matter sends Arcbrave, Amorphage Goliath, and then any other 3rd dragon you want. I believe in our deck, we didn't play like a 3rd dragon for value, but I believe in the deck that Jesse and Furman and Asala got second with, they played Defrag Dragon, which will come up in one of the other combos I have later. So with just those 2 cards, so just on those 2 cards, you end with Colossus, Goliath, which says neither player can summon from their extra deck, and then Hot Red. So the reason we like Hot Red here is you can use Hot Red to negate their Call by the Grave or Shark Cannon. So that's just pretty good.
Why is the Shark Cannon or Call by the Grave relevant?
Because Arcbrave summons Goliath from your graveyard during their standby phase.
Oh, sure.
So Hot Red lets you protect Goliath from those 2 cards, and if they don't have those 2 cards, then you have Colossus, Goliath, and then you have a negate still, which is, pretty good. And you've already Levianeered a card from their hand. And if you have 1 additional level 8, then you can actually use the Diablos as well. So you can tribute off the Diablos to do another, to get another card out of their hand. And then if you have any other Thunder Dragon card, then Saryuja can special summon out the Thunder Dragon card that you have. That becomes Colossus. And you make another Colossus. So additionally, if you drew any of the bricks in this combo, so if you drew Goliath or if you drew Arcbrave, then you can summon the Levianeer early, and then you can make a Saryuja for 4, and then you can shuffle those back. Instead of making a Saryuja for 3. So if you need to, you can still shuffle away like the bricks out of your hand with the Saryuja, but it's not required. All right. So then that's the end of the first combo. So that's just the combo that we played, and I think like a lot of people just don't know how to do that combo correctly, which is most people just make Saryuja there and hope they get lucky, but you don't have to. You can just do that, and that's just way better. So this is one This is Solar Wyver Burster again, but it's with this is one that like this is one that we or that I almost I use almost very like loosely. I almost played, but there was just no extra deck room. That was just the problem. So it's gonna start the same way, with just the same Solar Wyver Burster, and then you do summon summon Sorkin, whatever.
I'm just fast forward to here. Oh, so you bring out the
so then here,
Diablos.
Yeah, so here you bring out Diablos first because you need to bring out Eclipse Wyvern with LP because you need to make another Guard Dragon. So if you play a second Eclipse Wyvern in this deck, it does a lot more. And I will point out where the second Eclipse Wyvern would be relevant and what you would do with it. But right now, the main deck only plays one. Okay, so not pause it here, but like do it slowly here. So here you LP'd for the Eclipse Wyvern, and then you made Pisty, which is the other Guard Dragon. So then Pisty can summon a dragon from your banished or grave. So your Eclipse Wyvern will banish Red Eyes Darkness Metal, and then Pisty can bring back Red Eyes Darkness Metal, which can then bring back the Eclipse Wyvern. So this gives you extra monsters compared to like the only suboptimal card we've added to our deck was just Red Eyes Darkness Metal. But if you can find a card in your extra deck to cut for Pisty, then you can get 2 extra monsters at this point, right? So then you Agripane, and this time we Agripane for Cypher Dragon, because then you can just put Dark Matter directly on top of that. So you don't even need to make a rank 8 to get into Goliath and Archbrave. You can just summon it off Agripane, which is crazy. So here, if you played a second Eclipse Wyvern, you send the second Eclipse Wyvern to banish off of your Collapse Serpent that's in hand later. And then if you do that, then you can make another rank 8, and it's just insane. But let's just keep this even close to the realm of like possibility. So now you make a rank 4. So this is one when you come up, you will have to like read this. So this is a pretty ridiculous one. So this is something I don't know if this is seen play yet. It might have. I feel like some combo deck might have done it because when you summon it, so you can just like read it to the stream, I guess, and then we'll go from there.
So just generic rank 4, 2 level 4s, light dragon, 25 defense. If this is Exceed summoned, you could special photon from your hand. While this Exceed summon card monster is on the field, your opponent cannot target monsters you control with 2,000 or more attack with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. And during the player's turn, detach one target one of your Galaxy Eyes photons at advantage or any grave special summon it. So huge protection basically for your board, pretty much. Right?
And because you summon it under Saryuja, its tag goes to 21. So now it is protected by its own protection effect.
Oh boy.
So now your Colossus and your Star Liege and your Goliath cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. So they can't. So basically, it means they can't anchor it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Do you think this is? Is there any other specific like deck and stuff that's good against? Because I feel like just having Colossus is like game versus sketch.
So the problem the problem with just having Colossus is basically what you want is you want cards that stop anchor. Like if Colossus sticks, you usually win, or if Goliath sticks, you usually win. So you want cards that can negate anchor, right? Mm-hmm. In this case here, even if they do something to banish your Goliath before it comes out, you just still have an untargetable, undestroyable. I mean, Colossus is already undestroyable, but you have an untargetable Colossus. So there still really isn't, against a deck where Colossus is like good, it doesn't really matter what they have here. But the standard combo is probably just good enough, which is why we like didn't delve into putting Star Liege, Photon Blast, Dragon in our extra deck. There was no need for that. But all right, so the last one, and again, if you have a second Eclipse Wyvern for that previous combo, you can end on a rank 8 also. So this is another one. This one is not Soul Wyvern Burster. So this is a really, really cool one. This is one that the starting phases of this combo were like I did this in tournament one time, and it was super cool, and my opponent was really tilted. So this requires a little bit of like luck in that it requires a danger, or not a danger. So it can be any monster, normal summon Sky Blaster, and then any monster. So in this example, it was Jackalope discarded itself, summoned Bigfoot, summoned Skyblaster, and then Snake is going to discard itself, right? So you just need 5 monsters, and Skyblaster just does this perfectly.
So you need either 5 monsters or a Skyblaster plus 2 monsters that get on the board.
So you need, yeah. So based on the easy way to do this would be drone Skyblaster.
Sure.
So drones plus Skyblaster would do this guaranteed. But yeah. Okay, so then you can just start it now. This is basically just a showcase to how. So pause it here. So something that most people probably are like, you put it in the wrong zone, you can't make Summon Stork with tokens. Well, this is kind of a testament to, I think, how generic link summoning is, and how I think the further we go into this game, Summon Stork and Reprodocus are going to be a problem. And I think Summon Stork is obviously a problem. Like, Japan has already banned it. But Reprodocus, I think, is one of like the most ridiculous open-ended cards they've ever printed, because it is any 2 monsters makes it, and then you can make any monster into any attribute or any type. So usually what it's just used for is it lets you make the guy into a dinosaur, then you make Summon Stork. So you can turn any 3 monsters in the game into Summon Stork, which kind of goes against what Summon Stork was supposed to be able to be used for, but whatever. What kind of always balanced the Reprodocus Summon Stork interaction is Reprodocus points down and Summon Stork points diagonally. So there wasn't really an efficient way to have Reprodocus turn something into a type you wanted and then have Summon Stork target that monster until now. So Reprodocus is going to make that token into a dragon.
Okay.
And then hit play. Yeah. Then you're going to make Phoenix with Reprodocus and any monster. Then, because Phoenix and Skyblaster are both fiends, you can make Summon Stork. And because your token is now a dragon, you can turn your token into Guard Dragon Elpie. Now, Summon Stork can target Elpie, and it can summon a dragon from your deck.
Some 5-head gameplay here. Is your white?
So, yeah. So this is where, like, if you're just playing the standard combo, you just get like Dark Matter from your deck, right? Because you just aggravate out Dark Matter. But in this one, I'm just showing like a ridiculous combo where you have 3 Eclipse Wyverns in your deck, and then you're gonna defrag Dragon, and then you defrag Dragon, banish all 3 Eclipse Wyverns. So you're doing the same thing that we saw in the last combo, where you Pitsy out the Red Eyes Darkness Metal, and then you just bring it back, and then you're gonna make you just Agripane something. Like, this is where I figured this out, and then I just didn't know where I was going with it. So if somebody wants to figure out what this should end on, like in some optimal world where you can do whatever you want, yeah. So,
yep, that is indeed 3 Eclipse Wyverns.
You're just going to send 3 Eclipse Wyverns and Defrag Dragon. So Defrag Dragon says you can banish 3 monsters with the same name in your graveyard to summon it back from your graveyard. So the Eclipse Wyverns are going to banish like 2 Levianeers. I think I just was like, whatever, and I just like banished the prize card off one of them. Like, I don't know, right? So
this is a 4 material Skull Dread as well, right?
Huh? Yeah, so this is one where you make 4 material Skull Dread. So you can draw cards, you can like sculpt your hand. Then I don't really know the combos with the prize card either. But let's say, so we just added 3 cards off Eclipse Wyvern, right? So keep in mind, we also have like 2 other cards in our hand that we started with, and you're just drawing 4. So you just have, so then we're going to use I think the prize card like kills itself to add back Eclipse Wyvern or something. I didn't send it to the extra deck because I just forgot here. So this should be in your extra deck, and then you Saryuja out the Eclipse Wyvern, and then you can summon a Levianeer and make another 4 material Saryuja, which then banishes the Eclipse Wyvern, which then puts the Eclipse Wyvern in grave. Then you can banish that Eclipse Wyvern to summon another guy. So I don't know where that combo ends. That was kind of the one where I figured if I ever did that to my opponent and they didn't just instantly concede, then there would be a problem there. Like, if they didn't see that combo, was like, wow, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life, you got it, then I don't know what we're doing here anymore. So
Okay.
Yeah.
It was pretty obvious why you didn't play that last one, I suppose.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Very obvious why that one wasn't in my deck. So
Yeah.
that's all I got for my.
Yeah.
This wasn't even really Thunder Showcase. This was just Danger Guard Dragon monsters and like
Sure.
sometimes a Battery Man Solar, but
Yeah.
yeah.
The second one is like probably like I guess like the closest to, well, I suppose the first one. Wait, no, what was wrong with the first one? Didn't you basically
Oh no, the first
play
one was just in my deck. Yeah, I
Okay,
just
sure,
did
sure,
that.
right.
The first one was just in my deck, but so the third one, right? Obviously, like I didn't play 3 Eclipse Wyvern and like all this stuff, but I I did the Sky Blaster thing. Like in one of my matches, like I drew like a Danger, a Sky Blaster, and then did that whole sequence where I reproduced the token and then made Summon Sword. So like the start of that combo is actually viable and like something that I've done. It's just obviously I don't play 3 Eclipse Wyvern and yeah, and all this stuff, but
Well, there you go. Ryan has given you some combos to play at the future events that we have remaining, because this format's still around for another 3 weeks or something at least. There you go. Go get yourself a prize card, boys. Yeah, thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Comment, like, and subscribe as always. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. I'm sure Ryan will be happy to scour around and see if there's anything that wants answered. See you next time.